The studio lights beamed down as Pam Bondi made her entrance, heels clicking sharply against the floor. The crowd erupted in an odd mix of cheers and awkward, hesitant claps. Pam's face stayed cool, unreadable. Jimmy Kimmel welcomed her with his usual sly smile, but there was an undeniable edge tonight. Jimmy started off lightly, asking about Pam's early career. Pam answered smoothly, her voice polished, professional. The tension wasn't obvious yet, but it was brewing just beneath the surface. Jimmy cracked a joke about her political history. Pam didn't laugh. The atmosphere grew heavier. Jimmy shifted in his seat, eyes twinkling with mischief. Pam sat straighter, her body language firm. Then Jimmy dropped his first real punch, a biting question about one of her most controversial cases. Pam kept her composure. "I believe everyone deserves a fair defense," she said firmly, her voice slicing through the thick air. Jimmy smiled wider, but it wasn't friendly. The audience laughed nervously, sensing the shift. "You mean, if they can afford it?" Jimmy quipped, eyebrow raised. The audience roared. Pam's jaw clenched slightly. She leaned forward, voice lower. "Justice isn't a popularity contest, Jimmy." The words hung between them. Jimmy pressed harder, grinning like a cat with a mouse. "Seems like you've been pretty popular with certain people," he said, drawing out the words. Pam's cheeks flushed with anger. She glanced toward the producers offstage. The producers were shifting uneasily. Jimmy's producers love tension, but even they knew this was spiraling fast. Pam's hand tapped the arm of her chair, a small, furious drumbeat. The camera zoomed in slightly, capturing every second. "You're twisting facts for entertainment," Pam snapped. The audience gasped. Jimmy laughed lightly, waving his hand dismissively. "Come on, it's a comedy show," he said. Pam didn't smile. "You invite people like me to humiliate them," Pam continued, her voice rising. Jimmy tried to laugh it off, but the audience was dead silent now. Pam wasn't backing down. "You call it jokes, but you're just fueling division," Pam said sharply. Jimmy leaned back in his chair, mockingly wide-eyed. "Ouch," he said, smirking. The audience didn't know whether to laugh or cringe. Behind the scenes, stage managers frantically gestured. "Wrap it up, now." Jimmy ignored them, sensing viral gold. Pam glared at him, standing halfway out of her seat. "You don't want a conversation," Pam said. "You want a spectacle." The audience erupted as some cheered. Others booed. Jimmy tried to regain control, smiling painfully at the cameras. "We'll be right back after this," Jimmy said, voice slightly strained. Pam interrupted, refusing to let him end it on his terms. "The American people deserve better," she shouted. Two security guards appeared, moving carefully onto the set. Jimmy's eyes flicked toward them, then back to Pam. She was standing now, breathing hard, defiance radiating off her. The guards didn't touch her. They simply gestured gently toward the exit. Pam hesitated for a beat, then turned sharply on her heel. Her heels clacked furiously against the floor as she strode off. Half the audience was booing. The other half stood up, clapping wildly. Jimmy sat frozen for a moment, caught off guard. Then he gave a dramatic shrug, flashing a tight smile at the camera. "Well, that was unexpected," Jimmy said, trying to salvage the moment. The screen cut to commercial, but the chaos behind the scenes was just beginning. Pam stormed through the backstage hallway, her team scrambling to catch up. Cameras snapped photos as she disappeared into the Los Angeles night. Social media exploded instantly. #Pam Bondi trended worldwide within minutes. Clips of her fiery exit went viral before the show even finished airing. Twitter was a battleground of furious arguments. Supporters praised her courage. Critics mocked her for cracking under pressure. Memes popped up everywhere. Headlines screamed about the late-night meltdown. Jimmy's team scrambled to spin the situation. Interns clipped the confrontation for YouTube. The official channel posted the clip with the title, "Pam Bondi Storms Off Jimmy Kimmel Live." Within an hour, it racked up over 2 million views. The comments section was a war zone, thousands of arguments breaking out in real time. Cable news networks picked it up. Pam was on every screen by morning, angry, defiant, unforgettable. Love her or hate her, everyone was talking about Pam Bondi again. Jimmy made jokes about it the next night, But there was an awkward edge. The viral moment had gotten bigger than him, bigger than the show itself. Pam's team capitalized immediately. Fundraising emails went out. Interviews were booked. A free speech tour was announced within days. Jimmy's team stayed silent, hoping the frenzy would pass. But the clip kept spreading. TikTok remixes, angry podcast debates, endless reaction videos. For a few wild days, one live TV clash dominated the American conversation. Every pundit, every late-night host, every news anchor weighed in. Pam Bondi, love her or hate her, had seized the spotlight. She hadn't just walked off Jimmy Kimmel's stage, she had blown it up behind her. And somewhere in the chaos, the line between real outrage and showbiz theater blurred completely. But no one could deny it. Pam Bondi had made late-night TV history.